Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here. Sorry I haven't seen you in a while, but I was traveling and all of the plans I made for being able to scrap while traveling just didn't work out. There was no reliable internet where I was, and there was no desk space in my room. And so I had all my supplies, but I did absolutely nothing. And then since I've been home, there have been one crisis after another. So gonna do this today. This is my Scrap Squad Sunday and my Scrap Backwards Monday, and there'll be a little Calvinball thrown in. I have a photo of my granddaughter, Katie, which is her the advertising photo that her salon is using to advertise her makeup services. And she's done this beautiful, obviously party makeup, but I just love this photo. I love the color red that her hair is and how well it goes with the eyeshadow and the lips. And I just think she's gorgeous. But, I could be biased there. And I have with me this background sheet of Imaginese paper and this sticker sheet from Day in the Life. And I have this 6x6 pad. And then I have a bunch of kind of sorted embellishments that I can go through. I'm not gonna really heavily Calvinball it up, but and this is the list. There are 48 permanent rules and 50 temporary rules, so 98 things I could put on it. There are a few that have been eliminated. I'm not going to go down the list. I'm going to remember, for example, I know there's washi tape and a heart and gold and fussy cutting and things like that. I know that recently they've added a hedgehog and I have a little birthday hedgehog. I think somewhere on here is birthday. Yeah, their birthday, number 21 in the temporary list. So I'm going to make the page like I want to make the page, and then I'll go back and kind of calculate. When I post on Instagram, I put down how many points just so that, people can kind of tell. People who haven't played Calvinball can kind of see how it's done. This is the scrap lift for Scrap Squad Sunday. It's a pink background. There's a doily in the middle, and it's small enough, and the photo is small enough that they've got a doilies it's in a vertical line. My doily's larger, and I'm on a 12 by 12 format instead of this A4 format, I guess. And so I'm going to put my doilies, the upper and lower doilies, kind of off to the ends, and then I'll use this. So I don't, there are lots of embellishments kind of overlaid on the doilies. It makes those doilies up in the corners kind of look pointed instead of rounded, and I may or may not do that as well. So let's just kind of get busy here. Also, right before I left to go on the trip, I dropped my tape runner and broke it. So I had to order another one. I had to wait for it to come in. I'm gonna do this. It's not absolutely straight right here, and I will trim that, and that's fine with me. It's got a lot of tape kind of peeking through the holes there, And that's okay because we're going to be putting stickers on top of it. I think I may go ahead and do the trimming now because it's going to bother me if I don't. And let me see. One thing I did when I was in New Iberia with my sister is I took her to a craft store, which will remain nameless, and I was there to get her some craft supplies so that she could do some things in the room if we went back to my hotel room and I was scrapping, which, as you know, I did not do, and it turned out we didn't have that opportunity anyway. So I went in there and they had 12 by 12 albums. They were some percentage off. I think it might have been 20% off. But there were some clearance albums that were designs they were not gonna use anymore. And they were either $5.69 or $6.24. I'm not quite sure where those prices came because the original prices had been the same. And so I bought 17 of them. And I filled every single one of them up. I have a few, you know, I don't just throw pages in as I have scrapped them. I divide them up into what I call life stages, and I'll explain that one of these days. But there are some, like for instance, in the ones that are miscellaneous family, where there are pictures of adults and children together. If it's just kids, that's in a miscellaneous kids. And if it's just Katie, there's miscellaneous Katie, and so on and so forth. You get the picture, I'm sure. I'm going to kind of put this a little at an angle because I want to use this tag off to the side. And I'll have it going a different way. This not only is a tag worth a Calvinball point, but it kind of gives me a platform to do some other embellishing, which is always nice. In Calvinball, I don't like to just kind of throw things on there without having some sort of a design or a base or a stage for them to sit on. I've got this little frame right here, which could go, maybe I'll do it like that, and I will do a little bit of foam to raise it up, and then I can put some of the other stuff on it. And then I'm going to start looking at stickers. So it was not only about maybe an 8 or 9 hour job spread over a couple of days, but it was also there was also some organizing that needed to be done. Okay, so I'm going to use this. Now, there's a heart, glasses, and books, and the color green that all get points in Calvinball. And this one sticker has all of those things. So I'm gonna put it right there. I think there's some of the doily kind of sticking up there. Let's see. And I want this tree. There's a tree that gets you a point. And I thought this might be pretty on that frame. And the frame is kind of lifted up by foam, so that works out. And I'm looking for something. Here's Do What You Love, and I'm gonna let that be my title, and I'm gonna put it on foam. There's also a point for a scalloped border, and I have a scalloped border on here. I may overlap these things. I can put some flowers or something on there. I'm gonna put it right there. Let's see. Let's take the border, and how about if I do something like that, and then I can put something here, a butterfly or a camera or something there, and I'm gonna cut that as if it's a fully rounded piece of the border. And I'm going to cut this little piece of doily off. And it looks like I may need a tiny little bit. Oops, that might be more than I need. Well, press that down. And now, you know, it would have been good if I had put that up on I can do this right there, and I can let it go. Whereas that one was shorter than the length. This one is longer. And so I've used the whole border, which is kind of cute. I'm gonna maybe scooch that in right there and put a little bit of foam behind it to lift it up. This is my hedgehog. And I think I get a point for using a stamp, and I get a point for using an avocado. I have an avocado stamp, so I'm gonna use it somewhere on there. Let's see. Where do I want it? Let me pull this up and do the avocado like so, and then pull that back into place. So the avocado's kind of in the seam there. I'm going to use a couple torn strips of this washi tape. I'm going to use it kind of as part of the little border thingies here. I'm going to go right here. And I'll do another one up here. Put it there. I've got still some, let's see. I have somewhere around in here, I have an X-Acto knife, and I'm not finding it. So I'll trim that with my X-Acto knife when I get a chance. I've got a couple tiny stars that I punched. You get a point for using a punch, so I punched it out of this same paper that I used here. So I'm going to put that star right there. I think I punched 3 of them, but I seem to have lost one, and that's okay. I will put this one maybe right there where that washi and this kind of collide. And I'm gonna take, let's see, if I lift this up, will I find my other star? I do not see it, so I'm just gonna forget about it. Let's see what else we want to do. I have camera here, and that looks like it would be perfect for right there. I need some foam behind it, so let me get this. That's the perfect size. And let me get my, here it is. Put it right there. And there's a musical symbol that you get points for, and I'd say a record player works for that. And let me see if I can, I'm going to put it here because it's similar scale to the camera. So if I have it kind of in the same general location, just on the top part, then maybe I can kind of go around it. So I'll do that. Okay. I want to use a butterfly just because I want to use a butterfly. I love butterflies. And there are 2 of them here. So I'm going to use them in the lower clusters, the upper and lower clusters. One thing I have learned keeping so many layouts without filing them, without putting them away and then waiting that long, there's a definite, let's see, I'm going to do that, which kind of gives this some it begins that pointy sort of look, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I've learned that I need to use really good solid adhesive, and I need to be sure things are really stuck on. So I'm using liquid glue and I'm gonna have this guy flying off the page. And then I'll come down here. I saw something on here. There's a point for a ViewMaster, and I'm sure they mean just the ViewMaster slide. But right here, I actually have a ViewMaster with a slide in it. This is a Rosie Studio chipboard, and so I get a point for the fact that it's chipboard, and I get a point for the fact that it is a ViewMaster. And so, where did it go? Here we go. I'm going to add it over to this little thing. It also has a cute sentiment that says, always be a classic. And if ever there were a classic, it's Katie. Okay, so I got my chipboard point, and I got, there's a point for metal, and I've got this little adhesive brad that has a metal ring. So I'm gonna kind of put it right there. It's sort of it's a little potted plant, and this is a tree, and it's by a window, so it's a potted plant in the window being shaded by the tree. Does that sound good? Is anyone buying that? Let's see what else. Gosh, there's a little tape, cassette tape. Okay, that is not going away, and I'm trying to be neat and putting things away. I need a ladybug because this is a KatieBug page. Don't get any Calvinball points for that, but I get KatieBug points for it. And I found these, in fact, Patrice found these for me at that same craft store. I wonder, I was so happy to find those sale prices on things. I'm gonna have it coming out from under the books there. You know, it doesn't feel like it's sticking very well. There. Okay, and glasses I already have. Camera and books I already have. What other things? I said I wasn't going to go look at the list, but I probably am, just to give me some ideas. Striped pattern paper, I have that. Stencil date frame. Heart, do I have hearts? Yeah, there's a heart on that cup. Gold, I don't have any gold on there. And I don't know if I have, this is kind of a pink gold. I would use it anyway. If there were an appropriate little symbol, there is not. But what I can do is I can turn my little turntable and find some gold spray and make a few gold splatters. I suppose it would have been good to wait until the end to do that, but you know, when you got a point, you got a point. Let's see. Key, lock, clock. I don't see a clock or a key or a lock in there. Feather. I don't see any feathers in it. Oh, there is a peacock, and the peacock has a lot of feathers. And I'm going to put the peacock right there in front of my birthday hedgehog. And stitching Disney house. Is there a house anywhere? I think I have some paper that has houses. Tickets, I think tickets get me a point, and there's something here that looks like a ticket. This is cut like a ticket. I'm going to go ahead and pull one of these tickets, and I'm going to tear it and tuck it back in there. Okay, and let me put a little bit of glue and kind of curl it up to give it a little bit of dimension. So there's my ticket. What else? Airplane baby bee. I need a bee, and her brother is the boy we know as Bee. And I have a little wooden bee. I get points for wood veneer. I don't know if the wooden bee would be considered veneer, but it's wood, so I'm using it. And I'm going to put the bee maybe right here. And let's see what else we have on here. Polka dot circle, doily. I've got the doily. Circle, I'd say there are lots of circles on there. Butterfly, yes. Torn paper. Well, there we go with the torn paper on the ticket. Label, I don't know that I have a label there, but I have some labels here. And I'll pull one out, and it can go kind of right there. Okay. Enamel dots. I have some enamel dots right handy, and I have lots of pink ones. So I'm gonna do a little glue underneath it, because enamel dots are the things that come off the most, I've noticed in my exercise of putting layouts away. The thing that's left in the bottom of the basket the most are enamel dots, with a close second from sequins. And I get a point from sequins, and I have a whole slew of sequins somewhere. I have them covered up. Let's see what we have. I'm just gonna pull a couple of the blue colors out of here. 3 different kinds. Let me get, gosh, I'm not doing too well picking individual sequins out. This is from a mix called Sea Glass, and what the heck, that one wants to stay out, so it wants to go on this page, I guess. And where is it? So I'm just going to kind of scatter these around. No particular design, and it might be best to use my tweezers if I can find them. And you know those are my tweezers because they still have gesso on them. I'm gonna come down here and use one of these blue ones. And I may be finished looking for things to use. All of these supplies are from my current Scrap Backwards kit. And I'm using the latest scrap lift from Scrap Squad. I forget who the artist is. I don't know that I can see that very well. I think, oh, typewriter font. I don't think I have anything on here that's in a typewriter font, but I do have some little these are paper snips from Bramble Fox, and they are in a typewriter font. And this one says, "Dance like no one is watching." And I like that sentiment. It's something kids do that I wish adults would do more often. And I'm going to put it up here by the record player. Okay, and I think that's my page. I'm not going to add anything else to it, no matter what I see on the Calvinball list. This is the page I might have made, even if there weren't a Calvinball challenge going on. Maybe I wouldn't have put an avocado or a hedgehog, but it's fun, and it's kind of a fun page. I could do a really glam kind of page for that photo, and I may try that. I have no problem scrapping photos more than once. In fact, when I was putting away pages in my album, I actually grouped 3 pages together that all used the same photo with absolutely different stories and totally different looking pages. So thank you for watching, and I'll try to get back in the swing. It hasn't been an easy weekend, or last week or weekend to do that, but things may be may be looking up. Thanks for watching. Bye.